Hi, Eric here, Mermaid English. Today, what I'd like to do is have you practice what they call shadowing. That just means I'm going to read a text for you. You try to follow along. Afterwards, I'll break it into small chunks. I'll speak and I'll have the text visible. Then I want you to repeat it, trying to copy my accent more or less. I'm a native New Yorker from Brooklyn, New York, but I have a flat Northeast accent. People say it sounds more like Pennsylvania than New York. So let's begin. My Korean and Chinese students absolutely love it in Numbo. That stands for down under the Manhattan and Brooklyn Bridge. It's also called Brooklyn Heights or Court Street. It has its charms. Much of Manhattan once looked like this, but they tore it all down. Today, Dumbo is full of trendy restaurants, art galleries, lots of things for people to do. Native New Yorkers don't like it as much now because it's mallish. It could be anywhere. Uh, we don't like transplants. Transplants are what native New Yorkers call people who move here from other places in America, not immigrants. I know a lot about this area because my mother was born a few blocks away on Warren Street when it was a poor Irish neighborhood during the Great Depression. In those days, there was no promenade. The backyards were a wild natural hill that spilled down to the piers. A later photo in this chat will show that. The promenade is just a walkway near the water, very romantic. We went there after my prom. People take their wedding pictures there. It's nice. Robert Moses wanted to tear the whole neighborhood down in the 50s or 60s, I really forget which, to put in a highway. But they fought the bastard and won. The promenade was put in because it's the roof of a double decker highway below. Up until the 60s, when they had working piers, there were a lot of rough bars down here. There's an old George Papard movie. No, um, Lee Marvin, where he's a private detective and he goes into some of these places. But when I was a kid, there were already antique shops and restaurants and things. The piers died and they started opening upscale restaurants. There used to be something called the Barge or something, but I think it's gone. Many wealthy people moved in, including the writer Truman Capote. Even let's see, ah, even when Brooklyn was going to hell in the 60s and 70s, some neighborhoods held on. Jehovah's Witness Church, which was started in Brooklyn, owned almost all of the old warehouses nearby and had their own pier where they shipped out their literature all over the world. They sold them all for about 2 billion some years ago and moved upstate. Good riddance, bastards. Let's see. Um, Lately, art galleries, restaurants, and stores opened up, high end, catering mostly to tourists. There's been some big modern buildings and parks added. Super expensive to live in, and frankly, not a favorite spot of natives, as I mentioned. It's a bit of a mall, but you're near the Brooklyn Bridge, which is a great walk if you like walking, and there are great views of Manhattan, which you probably have seen in many movies. In the latest Spider-Man game, I haven't played it, but you can fight in Brooklyn Heights, which encompasses Dumbo. I've heard people say, or on YouTube, that when you try to get to Brooklyn in the previous games, you hit like an invisible wall. Um, okay, now I'm going to repeat, pardon me, I'm going to repeat small bits of this talk, and I'll pause so you can repeat after me. As I've mentioned, I have a neutral Northeast accent, not a New York accent, which most people in America hate and make fun of. But Dumbo, or rather Court Street, the larger area, is where my family first settled in Brooklyn about 1860 on my mother's side. So, again, I will repeat a short phrase with the text. I'll pause, and then I want you to repeat after me. There you go. Okay, now you repeat after me. My Korean and Chinese students absolutely love it there. My Korean and Chinese students absolutely love it there. Good. We'll go on to the next. Today, Dumbo, which stands for Down Under the Manhattan and Brooklyn Bridge, is a trendy tourist spot where quite a few transplants live. Today, Dumbo, which stands for Down Under the Manhattan and Brooklyn Bridge, is a trendy tourist spot where quite a few transplants live. Now, you try. Okay, good. Transplants are what native New Yorkers call people who move here from other places in America. We hate them, at least I do. Transplants are what native New Yorkers call people who move here from other places in America. We hate them, at least I do. Now you read aloud. Very good. Hi, I made the speaking portion a little bit shorter. I'm trying different formats to see what people like. So if you'd like to give me some feedback, please put them in the comments or email me. Thanks so much. Saying goodbye.